It's time to sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. For those of you that are tuned in today, we are talking. Listen, they done ran me hot. I'm tuned in. I'm pulled up. I'm caught up on the episodes, but I hadn't talked about it because I wasn't sure how I wanted to prop this thing up. And I said, you know what? Screw it. Let's just make this an all call for everybody. Let's do a live Real Housewives of Miami viewer debate of who needs to stay, who needs to go, who's getting cut, and did the Black women get their shine this season? If they did, who receives the accolades from that? And if they didn't, who's to blame? I got a lot to say, okay? The Real Housewives of Miami, they're gearing up for their reunion part 1. I'm guessing there's going to be a 3-part segment. I'm irritated, okay? Along with everybody else in social media, I've seen debates. Maybe you have too. I hope that's why you're here, because you are ready to rumble and talk about the Real Housewives of Miami. And not everybody's happy with how things ended. I'm not. I want to break down who brought the drama, who carried this season, in your opinion. Don't answer that now. I'm gonna open up the lines. Who coasted through? Almost like Big Brother. Who was a floater? They really didn't do anything. They just kind of rode off everybody else's coattail. Who brought it? Who should stay and who needs to go next season? I also want to focus on, did the Black women truly get the spotlight? Or, in your opinion, were they placed to the side? Were they sidelined? I want to talk about the dynamics of the cast, who's a great pair, who's not, who's shady, and what you want to see as an audience. Okay, I'm going to lead that discussion. And I have to be honest with you. I'm coming in hot now. I'm thinking, do you want to come in this hot? Okay, if we start off, let's do a sneak peek. I think let's do a sneak peek of what's to come for the reunion. That's the best place to start. And then we're going to back that thing up and get into the season. Because I think doing a sneak peek will kind of set the tone and jog your memory. And then we can take it from there. Okay. We're not going to be here long. I'm going to get you teed up. I'm going to get you ready. And then I'm going to open up the lines and let you fire off. Because I know I am. Let me make sure I got everything ready to go. And here we go for the Real Housewives of Miami Season 7 Reunion Part 1. This is a sneak peek, you all.
Gertie, you had the same situation last season with
We're going to talk
Larsa?
about this season.
No, we're talking about last season. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to talk about, Gertie.
We're going to talk about this
sat here
season.
with listening to you. You need to respect us too. I'm going to say what I need
To say.
Yeah.
Say it.
And we also gave advice to Larsa that she should have had the
I like how Andy said, say it. Say it. Andy sees the BS. Say it. Just say what you got to say. But what you're not going to do is sit here and lecture them as if she's beneath you. And Gertie, I need you to advocate for yourself. But Andy said, say it.
conversation with you instead of making
But
it
you never answered
behind
your
closed
phone.
doors.
You didn't answer your text.
You know
I
what?
sent you
I'm
flowers.
agreeing
You
with
didn't
you.
pattern, Andy,
I'm
right?
agreeing
Behind
with
closed
you.
doors,
I'm
right?
agreeing-
She's agreeing with
I'm
me.
agreeing with you.
Right? They're ready to public shame me.
Oh, God.
The
Gertie, no
point
one's
of the matter is that
shame.
First of all, I don't like all that talking. One at a time. I don't like all that chihuahua barking. One at a damn time. And if I was Gertie, sometimes, oh Lordy, let me drop the link so I don't have to tag team this thing by myself. If I were Gertie, first of all, Alexia, and y'all know I like me some Alexia. I like the fire. I like a fiery personality. Bring it. But you better be ready when I bring it. One at a time. All of that hen pecking and that will give me hardcore anxiety. Okay. But if I were Gertie, I would have looked them dead in the eye and said, which one hold on. There's too many of y'all talking. Which one am I swinging on first? See, Gertie, you could have took that narrative, you could have took that back under your control. Sometimes I just don't think. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Hold on. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me let it play.
When you're stay on
Question.
Earth,
What did the text messages prove?
the point of that is after having multiple attempts of saying, guys, this is like not true. Look, no one wanted to listen.
What did they prove?
What are you trying to prove?
It proved everything, but they don't read, Andy. They don't read. They don't read. Give it to another party didn't read, and that shows how much.
It don't matter if they don't read. This is your time to shine. What did the damn text messages prove? Lay it out there. We're listening.
No, just say that you were invited and you didn't ask to go. That's what
The viewers know.
I know you gotta say now to reiterate your point.
Myself included.
That's what they're asking.
Okay. You get to a point when people are not listening to you, and you feel unseen, and you feel.
Okay, well, now we can't play the black card about not listening, unseen, unheard. Get in there and play ball.
And you feel unseen, and you feel like I don't really matter in this group. They can't even reprimand her in front of me because of this little click thing. And you get to a point where it's like, it doesn't freaking matter. And I was my breaking point. I said, I'm doing it, done. And that's it.
So this events happened on the show. She's apologized to you, I think, maybe 5 times on camera now. Where do you go from here?
I don't think I understand what Gertie's trying to say, but you have to be able to articulate that. You got to be able to get in there. You can't expect nobody on that couch to have your back. Okay? Not Andy, not Kiki, not what's the girl name to the right? Adriana, nobody. You got to be ready to go. And for some reason, it is triggering me. It's giving me social anxiety all over again from when Garcelle dropped the ball on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I don't like these situations where these Black girls go in there and try to play politics instead of kicking ass and taking names. That's what you were there for. What's the point of you having a seat at the table if you're not going to put belt to ass when needed? You cannot allow these other women, these white Latino women, these white women on these predominantly white or Latino shows to run circles around you. It's okay. Mask off. This is your time to shine. Gorgeous. I don't like it. Listen, Patricia Catching says, as a Black woman, Gertie needs to demand her respect. No, she needs to take it. Showcase it. You can't make somebody respect you. I get where you're going with this. Showcase it. Take it. Take it. Like Bose did. I know y'all don't like Bose, but at least Bose is not going to lie down and roll over. I can respect Bose for coming in and not letting anybody play with her, including another Black girl. I'd rather have a Bose than a Gertie. And at this point, I'm sorry. I'm going to upset some people. Gertie can go. At this point, Gertie can go. Gertie done ticked me the hell off. Gertie didn't tick me the hell off because when it's time to do what she needs to do, she backs down. She backs down.
Gertie, you had the same situation last season
Okay.
with
We're gonna talk about this season.
So it looks like they're going to be honing in a little bit on Gertie. And I utilize this clip just to show Gertie has had every opportunity to stand up on her own 2 feet. And I know y'all probably expect me to say something differently because, I'm Black and Gertie's Black. No, get in there. It's a waste of talent otherwise, because we're at home sitting on the edge of our seats and saying, go, go. It's like watching a scary movie, right? When you know the killer is behind them and you're like, run, look over your shoulder. Oh my God, he's right there. It's so obvious, Gertie. She did the same thing. Her and Kiki are just aloof, if you ask me. I'm like, I need y'all to pull up and tap in. When Adriana brought her Black HR representative, we're going to get into that. The meanest Black woman that she can find to go against the other Black girl. When she said that Kiki called her a racist, you were supposed to pull up and check in. Kiki, what the hell you run off for? That's what I mean. It's a waste of talent. It's a waste of space. Get somebody else in the game, coach. Get somebody else in the game. This is embarrassing to me. That's when you were supposed to hand Adriana her ass. And you don't have, I know y'all, well, we don't want to see each other act a fool. They acting a fool. They're acting a fool. And you don't have to act a fool in that manner. But one thing, I would have been ready to go. I would have told Adriana, oh, good. I was waiting for you at the door.
I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Oh, I knew you were coming with that. Especially when you see the Latin girls team up, and even Marisol came to Adriana's aid to make sure we're going to get these black girls up off of you. We're going to make sure you are not canceled. And here's the plan. We're going to find another word. Because you did use a racial stereotype. Okay, let's be clear. You called her ratchet. You called her ghetto, and had the fucking audacity to think that she's supposed to sit back and take it. Let you call her that, stereotype her, and got mad when you called her, when she called you old. She said, you too old to be talking like that. That was a good comeback, Kiki. You too old to be talking like that. And now you want to cry and say ageism and bias. Girl, you called Marisol an old whore. This is beyond me. You said, you old whore, go have surgery on your wrinkly knees. And nobody can say anything to you. And now all of a sudden a black girl's attacking you. But if you peep game, Gertie and Kiki are supposed to be doing what the others are doing. They're working together. You see Lisa conveniently whispered it to Larsa, who conveniently said it out loud. And Julia, I'm going to have to give Julia her props on this. Because Julia did jump in and say, I don't think Kiki meant it like that. And Lisa and Larsa said, oh, no, yes, she did. You see how clean they try to finesse that table and make the black girl public enemy number one? We just ain't got the right black girls in there. We ain't got the right black girls in there. Now, the only time I would approve, Bravo, of having a switch between franchises is when you don't send Dr. Jackie in to console. Gertie, send Bose in. Send a bad Mama Jamma in that can show you how to do TV. Send a Kenya Moore in. Send a Nene Leakes in. Well, y'all, what the hell are we doing? Come on. Adriana, you gotta go. You need to be canceled. Not because you called her ratchet. Stand on the shit. We like a little bit of entertainment. I'm not that sensitive. I'm not with the cancel culture because you call a black girl ratchet, because I really don't think she was trying to be hardcore racist when she said it. At that point, they're going back and forth. You got to give people room to spar, right? You got to give them room to spar. I'm here for it. Okay, good. Okay, ratchet. Okay, you too old. Okay, boom. They going toe to toe. Boom. Great. This is what we're here for. Let's go, housewives. But where you lost me, and the reason why I say you need to go, is when you say, here you go. And first of all, Kiki, you should have knocked her hand off of you in the most polite way. Don't you ever touch me. Here's another black woman. Now let's go, black woman or black woman. She cracked her slave whip. You gotta go. What the hell you mean, black woman or black woman? Gertie and Kiki ain't cut. They don't cut it for me. Gertie should have been all over that. Oh, really? No way. And the crazy part about it is Adriana's black friend was ready to go just to be on TV. Where they find these people at? Just to be on TV. Marisol, you are Marisol, old sneaky wench. She's an old sneaky one. But you can't be mad at them, because that's how you do reality TV. You can't be mad because they understand the assignment of staying together. And when Adriana looked at Julia and said, you're supposed to be taking my side, what she meant is, what the hell you doing taking up for that black girl? We stick together. And yeah, I called Marisol an old whore and told her her knees were wrinkly, but I can do that to my kind. I can do that to my kind. What the hell are you doing over there on the other side of the fence? And it looked like some of y'all don't watch the show, honey. What Liz says, Gertie and Kiki are the reason I stopped joining black groups and stand on my own because people don't speak when they're supposed to. Listen. Thank you, Deja Monet. She says, all she had to do was say, who are you yelling at and jumping at? And just gave her a look. She could have gave her a look and not said a word and backed her down. She could have gave her a look and we could have gone eyeball for eyeball, stare for stare, strike for strike, and not said a word and stared her down like a serpent. I don't like the fact that Kiki, you jumped your behind in an Amazon truck, paid for Prime delivery, and got the hell up out of there. What you running from? Why you let this white Latina lady make you run and jump on Amazon begging for a ride? I don't like that. I don't like it. It's giving cowardly lying. Come on now. You talk about the plight of Haitians, the resiliency of your country, and the first thing is when a white Latina woman charges you up with another black chick, you run? Come, y'all, I'm done. This entire season has ticked me the hell off. I like a little sparring. I expected a little bit more from the black cast members, but see, Bravo, I see you. I see you. You purposely create a dynamic where there's one orange in a bowl of apples. Kiki is not a full-time castmate. She's a friend of the show. This is very strategic, y'all, if you understand dynamics and strategy. So let me give the appearance that I'm giving two black girls. And two, it really don't matter if they're Haitian. They still need to show up. I don't give a damn. They knew what they was getting into. They need to show the hell up. You get what I'm saying? But Bravo, I see you. You're giving the appearance of having diversity, but you strategically place one as a full-time cast to throw her in a lion's den, and then you put the other one on Gilligan's Island and starve her to death that she be willing to take and say anything just to get a full-time role. Baby, if you don't understand how this thing works, I do, but guess what? They're grown-ass women, and that's what they're willing to do. Latrice says, I really think it has something to do with their culture. Right now, Haitian women are on Bravo. Haitian women on Bravo are 0 to 3. You know what? I'd rather stand and go toe to toe than to give my spine away just to be next to other women and feel like they like me. And plus, not only that, I'm gonna get into the rest of them. But I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. Gertie needs to mind her personal space. Gertie needs to, if she comes back next season, I want her to mind her personal space. Don't be so touchy. You could tell some of them don't want you engaging with them like that. I need you to be a little bit more mindful about your personal space and not desire or require physical touch in order to be validated by these people. Now, if I have to be honest, the other girls, right, wrong, or indifferent, they're bringing TV. Probably, and I hate to say this, Stephanie, I never thought I would say this. Stephanie is probably the fairest one on the show. The fairest one on the show. Stephanie can go at anybody, right? I don't see her leaning too much towards, she's snooty, bougie, and all of that, but she's fair, or appears to be fair. And maybe because she's still jockeying for a position. Who knows? We got to see. Alexia is a bitch, and she knows she's a bitch, but I think she has more going on in the background with being a puppet master than she actually shows on the forefront. I think Alexia and the rest of the cast prefer Kiki over Gertie because Kiki, what do I want to say? Kiki is easier to control. Kiki seems to be, she's going to stay in her place with them. Gertie stays in her place, but then she comes out, then she becomes unsure, and then she goes back in. Adriana got to go. Adriana got to go. I don't care for her. She's mean-spirited. she's hit a wall. And it's funny that Adriana said, well, I don't like talking about my age because I've been traded in twice for a younger model. I've been traded in twice for 2 younger models. I don't think it has anything to do with your age. I think it has everything to do with your attitude. I think it has everything to do with your attitude. And I think you've gotten high off of your own supply. And I think you've placed your stock at a value that's not realistic. And I think you got traded in for a younger model for the same reasons that Julia said. You're not fun. Nobody wants to be around you. You're not fun. Because when she came into the Christmas party with those leopard print boots and that little bitty ass Abercrombie jean skirt, come on. What are you doing? You look a mess. And then Gertie's gonna co-sign it. Oh, I love that. Why do you feel the need to have to reassure these women and jump in and play Captain Save-A-Ho and save them? Let her look a mess on her own without you validating her to talk about how good she looks. Adriana has aged herself out, not by way of her age, but by way of her attitude. You act like an old prune. And I don't mean that in a shady way, but that's what it's giving. You may be right, Kat. Kat said, I think she has a jealous personality and I stay away from those kinds of people. The only thing she brings is the fighting. Well, she's conniving, mean-spirited. But Marisol, oh, I didn't know you was a little racist undercover. Because you don't even fool with Adriana like that. But like I say, they understand the assignment because she reeled her in and said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to say wretched. Ain't it crazy? Or is it not funny how you heard what you heard, but then when they wrote, when Adriana said it at the table, and we could have left it there. Because I don't think anybody was thinking, I wasn't. Let me not speak for y'all. I wasn't thinking, oh, she's being a racist. Because we also have to be careful that we don't get too sensitive, that we as a Black woman, can't nobody say nothing to you because you're going to play the race card. That's not good TV. Don't nobody want that. You know what I mean? Bose didn't bow down to that. Bose didn't lean into that. She says, I am strong. And shut it down. That's it. That's all. But isn't it? Watch this. You heard what you heard when she said ratchet. Meaning Kiki, you being ghetto. Kiki turned around and said, you too old to be talking like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, good. Mutual combat. You heard it. I heard it. I left it there. I have a rule. Leave it on the episode. I don't think this thing would have ever grown legs had Adriana and Marisol not come back to try to put something in our face, pee on our legs, and tell us that it's raining. This is how, at first, I didn't think she had any ill intent. However, I changed my mind when she came back and tried to play with us. There is nothing to fix if it's mutual sparring. You're supposed to spar out on reality TV. But when you came back and doubled down that I said wretched and this and this and this, and Kiki, no bias is allowed. You try to get me canceled. We will not tolerate bias, people being biased. Girl, what kind of cocaine have you sniffed? You must be on that Diddy. I know the hell you didn't. I know the hell you didn't. Y'all said, I think the ladies are jealous of how Adriana is educated. I don't think they are, because it doesn't seem like she has a lot of money to go with that. She don't have a man to go with that. And that's not me attacking her. I don't think they are. I think they look at her and they pity her because they see her chasing these younger men and dressing up in Abercrombie and Fitch jean skirts with leopard print, Five Below boots. I don't think they're jealous of her. I think they just sitting back trying to piece it all together. I don't. Most women are not jealous of other women's education because okay, she's trying to sing in a rock band. To me, she's having like a midlife crisis. I don't think anybody envies that on that show. Those boots were not given designer. It was given Five Below, Ross, TJ Maxx. And I don't even kind of do that kind of commentary. But Adriana, you brought it out of me. You brought it out of me, low budget. And then your friend, she turns to her friend, right? I think the black girl's name is Janet. And I'm going to get on YouTube. Janet. Trey said they sell boots at Five Below. Well, they probably sell those boots at Five Below. Then she turns to her friend who she brings as a +1 for a specific purpose. So Janice, let me tap you on the shoulder. Janet, whatever your name is, you were not there because you were good friends with her. You were there as an attack dog, the biggest black dog she could find, okay? She did not bring you there so that you can rub elbows and there's a possibility of her recommending you for the show. Bravo would never, ma'am. I'm just saying. So don't you ever get it twisted and tell yourself this story that you have this wonderful, genuine friendship with Adriana. Adriana brought you for a single and only one single purpose: attack. And then let me let you black girls go at it. It came out of her mouth. Go ahead. Go. Here we go. 2 black women. Now go. And Janet had the nerve enough to say that if Adriana would have called her ratchet, she would not have been offended, even if you wouldn't. Or you're not offended. You better play like you are. You better get on code, and your job is to educate her as your good girlfriend. Hold up now, what? Because that ponytail was in and of itself ratchet. And the cameraman was messy. Did you not see him zoom in? Did you not see him zoom in? So Janet, I don't know how you found yourself in that position, but you completely embarrassed yourself. And as a result of you going on national television to support this woman who meant what the hell she said, we are going to revoke in 5, 4, 2, 3, 1, your black card. Now let's get into it, y'all. I think I've said enough. I've done enough. They didn't take me off today and the rest of the season. And Gertie seems to be struggling with articulating herself at the reunion. Watch this. As it relates to, well, let me just ask, did the black women shine this year? Did they shine? Yes or no? Do you feel like, and technically you really can't count Kiki, but you have to, because Bravo has her dangling like in this blurred line, because they've utilized her for a lot of scenes. So kudos to you, Kiki, for being a friend of the show, but being utilized in a lot of scenes. However, the black women are not intricate pieces of the major conversations that happen that set the tone for that sets the tone of the show for the season. So even if they shine or they did not shine, it still showcases that they are not in a driver's seat, nor do they have a seat at the table with the rest of the Latinas as it relates to the strategy of the show. And it looks like there's a consensus in the chat amongst most of you. I'm drinking my water. And y'all are saying, no, they did not shine this season. They did not get their shine. They did not shine. And Toot Latrice says, unfortunately, this is my last season with them. Unfortunately, no. Now, who's to blame for that? Production or the women? Are Gertie and Kiki responsible for how they showed up? Or do you put that on production? Mary Willis says they did not hold her interest for the season. Here's the thing. I think it's something there. I mean, I pulled up. I was tuned in. I think there's something there. But Bravo, I think we need to shake some things up. Here's the thing with Bravo. They don't know how to shake things up a little bit at a time. They come in and completely revamp shows. That's not what we're asking for. Because according to this chat and the consensus of the viewers, they said they feel like this is on Kiki and this is on Gertie. I have to agree. And Bravo, just because we ask for diversity don't mean you have to go get 2 Haitians, 2 Jamaicans. You could have had a Haitian, a black girl, this and that. Bravo tends to do all or nothing. Give me 2. They'll do 2 mixed girls, 2 Asian girls. Stop it. Stop it. When we say, so first of all, if you had to get rid of Gertie or Kiki, who stayed? Okay, if you had to keep either Gertie or Kiki, who would you keep? You have to pick one. Who would you keep? Don't say, it's hard. That's not what I'm asking. You have to choose. Who would you keep? Let's see what y'all are saying. You will keep Kiki? Okay. Oh, I'm shocked. People are saying Kiki. They will keep Kiki. Trey says Gertie. Kat says Gertie. Monet. Isn't Kiki's name Kiki Monet? No, that's a different one. That's a blogger. Okay, we got Gertie. We got Kiki from Crystal Brown. Kat says Gertie. Gen X with the flex says Kiki. All right. It's neck and neck. Shelly said, I'm tired of Gertie. Give me Kiki. Ms. Linda says she'll keep Gertie. Sharon says she'll keep Gertie. Would you keep Alexia? Yes or no? Would you keep Alexia? Actually, let me rephrase that. If you had to choose between Alexia and Stephanie, who would you choose? Yes, so y'all would keep Alexia. Hey, Penny Proud, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think you meant Gertie. All right. If you had to choose between Stephanie and Alexia, who would you choose? Or do you feel like there needs to be 2 alpha females? I would keep Alexia. Patrina says Stephanie. I would have to rock with Alexia. What did I say, Kat? See? Kat is already breaking the rules. I say, you have to choose. She said, no, don't do this to us. I like Alexia, but I like Stephanie. You know what? At first, I did not like Stephanie because I felt like, where are we going with this? Okay, we see it. You got money. You got some boots into your hotel. Okay, you got a plane and a jet. In order for me to really embrace Stephanie as a viewer, I'm going to need a little bit more. And it seems like she understands the assignment. She's coming out of her shell. It's funny with this new talent. Sometimes I look at these shows and I'm like, okay, this franchise gets it. How come we're struggling in Atlanta? Stephanie came in a little hard, then she adjusted, then she kind of pressed the gas a little bit, then she adjusted, but she's getting there at an accelerated pace, if you ask me. She's getting there at an accelerated pace. As it relates to reality TV. She's a natural, even if you don't like her. And I had to tell myself that. She understands. She's a natural. And as much as her personality seems dominant and or fixed, she knows how to move. She knows how to adapt very quickly. Very, very quickly. I'm over Larsa. Larsa can go. Because why the hell would you have a slumber party at a $5.7 million house? And the house, according to Stephanie, is a construction site. See, that's what I like about Stephanie. Oh, I didn't know I was coming to a construction site. So is it your house or is it not your house? And I don't want to hear about you dangling money and how much you spent on a house that you really didn't pay for. All you did was lay it on your back. I mean, because what does Larsa Pippen really do? She does OnlyFans. She spit out a few kids for Scottie Pippen. Got a check for that. But what does Larsa do? Besides date the next black man with some money that can help her put a down payment down on her mortgage. What does she really do? She get a new man every year. Thank you. And really thought she really thought she was about to be Larsa Johnson. Girl, bye. She really thought she was about to be Larsa Johnson. Jordan. I'm sorry. Larsa Jordan. I bet she was practicing writing that, signing that signature. Larsa Jordan. She thought she had that in a bag, but that cokehead said no. That's it. Larsa can go before. I like Lisa. I know y'all say y'all talk. We need a little airhead. They got an airhead on every franchise. Portia is the airhead on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Ashley is the airhead on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Who is the airhead on the Real Housewives of the OC? I guess Shannon. Which one would it be for the OC? Larsa is the one, yes. So every franchise, you got to have an alpha, you have to have an airhead, you have to have a matriarch. Marisol was cool with me until she helped Adriana behind the scenes. And it's giving sneaky wench. Y'all saying Salt Lake City is Brittany? Okay, so you agree. Okay. I have not watched Salt Lake City. And y'all are saying, thank you, the mayor of YouTube says for Real Housewives of OC, it's Shannon. And Jennifer for OC. Jennifer kind of taps in. She dials in when she needs to. Listen. If we think about, I don't know, Marisol is sneaky and tricky, just like Stephanie called it out. And I didn't know where Stephanie was going with it. But of course, she has more time with her, and there's probably scenes that don't make the cut, right? So Stephanie called her out as a puppet master, the one that gets the shit going, and then Alexia becomes the mouthpiece. I told you all, I was very clear. If you go back to one of my previous videos, I said they don't like you, Gertie. Alexa and Marisol do not like Gertie. They're trying, but they don't like her. Julia will tolerate her. Julia is more focused on other things, okay? She got bigger fish to fry. Her little thing with Gertie has come and gone. But I'm going to tell you who really don't fool with Gertie like that. Alexia and Marisol. And I tried to tell y'all when they were going to Spain. They didn't want her to go to the trip. And Marisol and Alexia called Gertie over to say, we're very concerned about how you feel because you called us a cult. And if you're that uncomfortable, maybe you shouldn't go on the trip. Because after all, watch this, the strategy of it all. Because after all, your comfort, more importantly, is above any and everything else. We want to make you feel comfortable. We don't want you to go on a trip with the coat. And this is when Gertie was supposed to power up. This is why you never break up with a man or question a man if you're not going to break up and bring up your suspicions if your spine is not intact to make a move. Because Gertie talked all that shit to Kiki, not knowing that Kiki was going to go back and tell Marisol and Alexia that she called them a cult. And when she said a coat, she was talking to Gertie. You kind of put some of this negativity on yourself because you referred to the white Latinas as a coat. And you thought Kiki was your ace boon coon, but Kiki went back and told what you said. Alexia and Mirasol confronted you. And when they dangled that trip in your face like a piece of kryptonite, you folded. You folded. And you damn near begged to go. I'll be good. What you were supposed to do. So you make a good point. You know, there have been some moments that I'm looking at y'all crazy. I tell you what, let me think about it. But I'll let you know. Even if you knew you were going, you didn't do that. No, I want to go. And that's the perfect example of a woman that goes through a man's phone or a woman that backs a man up against the wall about flirting when you have no intention of utilizing your spine and erecting your spine and standing on business. Okay? That's all. I just wanted to make it make sense. I wanted to make it make sense because sometimes y'all tend to have a very short-term memory. Butterfly Sugar says Larsa needs to go and each show needs a shit starter. They don't like Gertie because she's everything they are not. What is Gertie that they are not? Without saying that just because she's black. I want to know the attributes. Let me drop the link. What do you feel like Gertie is that they're not? Because I don't really think people really understand how women with money sit back and enjoy life. And I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but I like words. I really want you to give it a little bit of a texture so that we can make, other than her being black and educated, what do you think she has that they don't have when you say they don't like Gertie because she's everything they are not? And her husband loves her for real. I don't think they care. I don't think they're looking at her and say, why does she have a man that loves her and I don't? I really don't. Not in that circle. I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's why I dropped the link to see if you can come up and elaborate. I don't think they're looking at it like that. I think you're dealing with women that have a high level of self-esteem, most of them. So much so that many of them probably think they're better than her. I don't think they're coveting her white man or her husband. I don't know much about him. I could be wrong. The lines are open. Y'all think that they're coveting, and I'm saying I think you're dealing with a lot of arrogance in the room. I don't think they're looking at Gertie, measuring her out like that. If anything, Stephanie would be the one that would be jealous of Alexia. Because Alexia has something that Stephanie doesn't have. She has power and influence amongst women that like her. Stephanie doesn't do well with other women. And she wants what Alexia has. You heard her say at the Christmas party last year, she prayed for friends. She prayed for friends. I could see Stephanie being in that position as it relates to Alexia. And also Stephanie honed in on Mirasol because she wants what Alexia has by way of having a number two, a Mirasol, a person that's going to ride till the wheels fall off because her sisters did. Shelly White said they don't want Gertie's husband. He doesn't have money or status. Yeah. Mirasol is married too, and she seems very happy with Steve. Yeah, and Alexia, I don't think she's looking at Gertie and be like, oh, I think it's on. I don't know. That's why I dropped the link. But I don't see them as being jealous of Gertie at all. And not because I'm taking up for them. I think they just don't like her. Not to be confused with jealousy. They don't like her. I mean, and that's fine. That's fine. if Gertie shows up and doesn't get overwhelmed and overpowered by that and doesn't lose herself in that. Let's see. Let's go to the next question. So I want to go to Lisa. Okay. I want to talk about the dynamics that Lisa has with what's his name? Todd. Is that his name? Todd? I can't believe she went from that doctor to this. But okay. Whatever. Lisa, why would you waste? What Todd don't really do nothing, does he? But see, some of these dynamics and these relationships show you how toxic women can be. Jody, who is Todd? Not Candy's husband. Where am I getting Todd from? Okay, Jody, that's his name. Thank you. Jody, thank you. Okay, why did I call him Todd? Is there a man on? Isn't that Alexia's husband? Okay, I got him mixed up. Okay, thank you. How do you go from that doctor, Jody, to Jody? And then let Jody sit around on the camera and tell the world that you are the problem. Jody said, hell no, you are not
Wow.
about to make me look bad. He's smart. He's sharp. And told the people, you the problem. Y'all, that was funny to me. Because I really watch and listen hard. And when he said, oh, I need to make sure that before I get engaged, and then you do this to me and you do that to me, I was like, oh, she crazy. She's crazy. And he wants the world to know, and he's smart enough to finesse that conversation to take the center and the center of attention off of him and put it right back on you, Lisa. Because I know when you were with Lenny, and I know when you and Larsa, you would do A, B, and C. And how do I know? I'm not walking into that, baby. The finesse of it all. I say, you better, Jody. You better get that attention off of you that you're drawing unemployment benefits off of Lisa. Listen, he's living. She's letting him. She's letting him, Mayor. Now, wouldn't you finesse too if somebody let you? Okay. She's allowing him to do so. Hell, I would sit up in that mansion too and answer emails. Y'all better quit playing. I would sit up in that mansion too that Lenny is paying for and answer emails. I would use her money too to order a chef to cut me some tuna crudo with a jalapeno pepper, 2 pieces and a pepper. If she's dumb enough to let him do it, listen, cheers. Cheers. Because she's allowing it to happen. She's putting him all in her business. But the question is, why would you go from Lenny to Jody? As beautiful as you are, listen, you're going to have to get in the game. They say Lisa's a narcissist. I don't see it. I think they mad because Lisa just not going to let them handle her any kind of way. The mayor says she doesn't want to be alone. You think it's that, or do you think particular women of particular cultures are brought up to know that, hey, I need a man over here to take care of me. I'm a damsel in distress. I'm not doing this single mother thing. What are we doing? I like the fact she ain't dumb. She held his feet to the fire. What are we doing? I don't like being a girlfriend. I know that's right, Lisa. I like it. Y'all may call her an airhead. Y'all may call her an airhead, but she ain't that damn dumb. That's all. Peep game. She's not that damn dumb. But she reminds me of Portia. Okay, Bravo, if this is the seat you need me to sit in, and if this is the hat you need me to wear, bring it to me. I got it. I'll be the airhead. As long as that, like the Bob Barker says, as long as the price is right, okay. Lisa ain't dumb. She's not going to get played by Jody. She already told him what she wanted. She's not going to get played by him. V. Lynn said Jody let her move in when she had no home. I saw what Lenny was cheating with, that skinny model, that real skinny young girl. Lenny looked like Ike Turner, a white version of Ike Turner to me, with that wig that's sew in that he's wearing. Them hair implants. Okay. I think Lisa will be fine with Jody. Because Lisa can pull up. I like her a lot. I like how she carries herself. I like, and what I mean by how she carries herself, I like how she didn't let Larsa bully her and debo her and tell her what she could and could not do, period. I like how she did not unfollow, what's that boy's name? Michael Jordan's son, just because you said so. Larsa. I don't like Larsa Pippen. I don't. Well, let me say this. I just don't know what she brings to the table. That's it. I don't know what she brings to the table. I mean, it's given hoe vibes, Bravo, but okay. Because when it comes time for her to shoot her scenes, she does it well. Now, look, watch this. I'm getting off. She does it well. She puts herself in these places and spaces where she looks the part and acts the part. Kiki, have y'all seen Kiki's house? I don't remember seeing Kiki's home this season. For some reason, I feel like she always shoots in an external location. And my question is why? Marcus, thank you. Y'all to my Brandon Jordan. Yeah. Have y'all seen Kiki's home? Because I started thinking, I can see. I love Marisol's home. It's cute. It's quaint. It's appropriate. And I kind of feel like she set herself up to not live beyond her means. I like Marisol's home. I like the setup she has with her husband. I like the cute I like intimate stuff. I like the dinner that she gave with Frankie. And baby, Frankie is a snitch. I like the episode where Frankie walked in and said, Marisol, not too much drunk. Damn! Am I lying? He said, not too much drunk, not too much. I said, oh. Oh, Kiki's embarrassed. See, and that's the problem. Get her off the show. How in the hell you gonna be embarrassed of what your reality is when you filming a reality show? Just film in it. Film in it. And that's how I know you're not being yourself. See, my commentary is right on time. You cannot be yourself on a reality show when you're embarrassed of where you lay your damn head. That means you're faking the funk. All of this, daddy, try the crudo, try the salmon, daddy. We must, cheers. Fake. If you don't even like your place. That's crazy to me. It's your place that God has blessed you with. What are you ashamed of? Set up a room, make it very clear to production. Hey, we're going to shoot in this corner. That's it. That's all. I don't like that. Thank y'all for telling me that. How in the hell you going to be embarrassed to shoot in a reality show? What your reality is. Yeah, I knew I was spot on. Let me tell you something. I'm early. I'm not wrong. I be early with my depictions and predictions. She supposedly bought a condo. She went from apartment to apartment. Girl, she must have lived in a hood. Just clean it up. Who gives a damn? Girl, what's the tea? Says, I agree. Kiki is giving fake. Imagine that. I'm on a reality show. I'm coming in with these wigs, these bust down wigs. I'm sipping champagne bonbons, white wine, scared to show my Ponderosa. doing all of this modeling suitcases with a shark on it, pretending that I'm getting off and on private jets, trying to show my daddy the life that I live. And I don't even want to show my 2-bedroom. Girl, I can't do it. We not going to judge you. And that's how I know Kiki and Gertie are stuck in the matrix. Because a real sister will be, come on in, welcome to my crib. But y'all over there trying to please them white Latinas and comparing what you got against what they got. And really, they ain't got what they got because of their own accord. They got it from being married to the right man. And you scared to show your 2-bedroom apartment? Knowing that you gonna grow and eventually this too shall pass? Come on, I can't. Give me 2 other ones. Bravo. Innocent Instigator said, listen, if Method Man can show his house on MTV Cribs, anybody can show theirs. I don't care how expensive it is. I said what I said. And I meant what I said. Y'all, for those of you that are in the bushes, if you are new, that's just how we talk over here.
I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I said.
That's it. What you mean we can't judge? She's on my television screen. I don't care how expensive Miami is. She knew that. That is not my problem. Kat, I want to see her home. I want to know more about her. Kat says Miami is expensive and she has 2 kids. She knew she had 2 kids when she went on that show. These are grown women, not little girls. I'm sorry. Am I being too harsh? Y'all. I'm just telling you, listen, in my opinion, it didn't hit me until I was like, I don't think I've ever seen her house. And I wasn't looking at it from a judgy way, but more from curiosity of who are you? I'm curious. I'd like to know more about you. You're throwing your Haitian roots in my face. You're plastering it on the screen. Stephanie's donating to your charity. Who are you? I'd love to see more of you. Friend of the show. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let me go back to the first one. I'm not going to judge her. I got you, Kat. I understand what you're saying. Kat said, that's what I'm saying, that she should show the apartment because Miami's expensive. And I wouldn't judge her if she lived in a box. I just need to see how, girl, show me how you decorate that box. Show us how you hung, just show us. She won't, hold on. Why don't she display her own charity? Listen, it's still no excuse. I need to see all of her. She's on reality television. If everybody else is shooting in their house or apartment, get in that house, set up, listen, you can set up one little area in your house. They can't tell you. You tell them. Now they'll come in and kind of, oh, what do you think about this? We can place a chair here. They're not going to try to go in her place without permission and show what she doesn't want to be shown. So you mean she living foul, but the daddy pulls up? The daddy foul too. Because at his big age, he's just impregnated a young girl that he's not married to yet, adding to the stigma of creating single parent households. He too old for that. In Kiki's words, he's too old for that, to be living like that with the lack of dick discipline out here. Like Miss Evelyn say, what did she say? A landing low and spreading it wide and landing low, whatever Tony Braxton's mom said. He out here doing the same thing. He's just quiet, sneaky. I'm okay with her and her daughter sharing a room. Who's in the other bedroom? The other kid? Then stop having, you know what, Kiki? You too old for that, to be sleeping with white men and allowing them to impregnate you. And you must be sleeping with broke white men where you can't get a good child support payment to get you something where you don't have to share a bedroom with your daughter. Now, that's all I'm going to say. You brag about all these rich men you know. Come on, I'm going to need you to do a little bit better, sis. Sis. Now, let's go back. I keep getting off track. I keep getting off track. when we talk about diversity and how the Black women were portrayed, one thing we all agreed is that was on them. That's not on Bravo this season. That's not on production. If you compare it to the other franchises like the Real Housewives of Potomac or the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and also I want to say Beverly Hills, because they had something. They had Garcelle and Bose. And I think Garcelle ran off because she didn't want Bose there, but that's a whole different conversation. There are some of y'all that like to be the only token in the room. Do you feel like Gertie and Kiki did their due diligence like the other girls on the other franchises? I was gonna ask, so you feel like Bravo gave the Black girls on the Real Housewives of Miami the same level of visibility and depth as the rest of the cast? But you know what? I don't need to ask you that because I believe they did. And the girls were not able to score a touchdown. I can't put that on Bravo. Not right now. As many excuses as I want to make and I could have made, and some of the moves that I saw being made behind the scenes, it ain't like Gertie is a dum-dum. She's a sharp, educated woman. Y'all say they jealous of her because of that. Then how come her brain power did not kick in and say, hold on, let me switch gears. Let me code switch on these hoes real quick. Based on that, this season on the Real Housewives of Miami, who deserves another season, in your opinion? Put it in the chat. Who deserves another season? And just give me your lineup. Give me your lineup. Your top 3. You said they don't show Adriana's house. The last time I checked, she didn't have one. Remember, she took all her belongings and moved in the middle of nowhere with that man on that damn boat in the ocean. She may not have been able to recover from that. She probably don't have a house. Yeah, you said leave Garcelle alone today. I'm going to leave her alone. I'm going to leave her alone today because I'm actually proud of her. She posted an all Black photo of her and her Black friends on Instagram. So I'm going to leave her alone. She done bought herself at least a week with me. Okay. Isn't that what Maricel did? Helped Adriana off to get her off her back. Well, I'm off your back this week, Garcelle, because I really like the photo that you posted of your Black friends. All right. The lineups are coming in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the...
All right. Here we go with the lineups. Let's see if there's a recurring theme with some of the names that we're hearing. Okay. We have Gertie, Lisa, Marisol, and the doctor. Girl, what's the tea said my top 3 will be Stephanie, Alexia, and Lisa. Give me your top 3. I just want your top 3. That's all I'm reading. Kat says Alexia, Gertie, and Stephanie. V-Lyn says Lisa, Alexis, and Stephanie. I'm only reading the top 3. My top 3 will be Alexia, Stephanie, let me think on the third one. I kind of messed that up. I shouldn't have said top 3. I should have just let y'all run down. But Alexia is coming in. So we know the viewers want Alexia back. We know they like Stephanie. Stephanie's coming in, period. But let me ask you something. Adriana, does she deserve a second season? Adriana, does she deserve a second season? Yes or no? I'll give y'all a couple of seconds. Who's feeling Adriana? Who deserves another season? Not a second, but another one. I want to know. I want to know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I want to know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind. Hey, doom, 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 pure energy. Mm, 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 mm. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. We're getting a yes. Yes. Yes for Adriana. We're getting a yes for Adriana. We're getting a no from Shelly White from Adriana. We're getting a yes from Tony for Adriana. We're getting a no. That must be your song, Mayor. All right. So we've pretty much covered the Real Housewives of Miami. Stephanie's she seems to have she has a jealous streak because she wants friendship, but she just doesn't know how to do that. If Stephanie, listen to what I'm asking you. If Stephanie paired up with blank, don't write it yet, just listen. If Stephanie paired up with blank, they would steal the show. I want you to write in the chat, Stephanie and who? Write both of their names. If Stephanie paired up with blank, a solid friendship, they would steal the show. Who? I know y'all are saying that, and I'm getting off. I'm gonna come back. That Adriana deserves to come back, but I don't really feel like she had a storyline outside of her age. Girl, you can't make your age your storyline. Y'all, it has to be somebody on this season. Hey, I see you to my Leah Black. Let's stay with what they got. Stephanie and Alexia. Stephanie and Alexia. Oh, somebody said Lisa. That's a good one. Lisa. Stephanie and Alexia. Honey Bunny says if Stephanie paired up with Lisa, they would steal the show. I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in it. Here's mine. If Stephanie paired up with, watch this, Kiki, they would steal the show. If Stephanie and Kiki developed a solid, genuine friendship, relationship, but that's not possible because Miami is something else, baby. You see Stephanie's friends. And I feel like the only reason she got to know Kiki is by proximity, not because that's typically somebody she would run with. But if they were able to naturally and organically develop a friendship, that will be something different. That would be real good. You like Juliana? I want to talk about Juliana. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me let my dogs in. I want to talk about Juliana and Martina really quick. Thank you for bringing that up, Penny. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I want to try something real quick. I'm back. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna let a little background music play. Okay, so I want to talk about Julia, and Oh, wait a minute. What did Martina say? What'd she say? I must have missed that part about them kids. What did she say? Did she talk about those kids? Type fast. Nah, Kiki and Gardy, nah, they're too much alike, honey bunny. They're too much alike. They're too scary. I will put Kiki with the bows, and I will put Gardy with a knee legs. Gardy with the knee legs. Now let me say this. I think Martina got tired of Julia lying and pretending. Martina's an athlete, and you have to understand athletes. There is no way to be in the gray. It's either or. Either you win or you lose. Either you practice or you don't. Either you're ready or you're not. So this space, this weird space that Julia has Martina in, you can, if you pay close enough attention to Martina's reactions, it's a snippet. I mean, if you blink, you'll miss it. She's having to live somewhat of a lie. She's having to live somewhat of a lie, okay? And I think Julia's fake. When Julia was getting ready to sing that opera song, it became very apparent to me, and I strongly believe, and of course I'm right, I mean, because she has 2 children, Julia likes men a lot. Even though that man was getting her ready, that was a moment that was undeniable with the intense eye contact between the two, how he was reassuring her in the moment that she was going to be fine. Now here's the problem. Some of you said that's okay. Yeah, but if you married to a woman, you already know what time it is when a man, like it probably brought back memories with Julia. You gonna have to pick a side. And you be married to a woman who's Martina, you gonna have to curve men just like you would as if you were married to a man. Okay. Would you say she was pulling a Milli Vanilli? Oh my God. Y'all are making me laugh. So as I'm watching this, I was like, she truly, and then I started to think about her storyline. First of all, Julia, let me ask y'all something. I think they've been married about, I'm going to find out myself. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I got the wrong information, I do want you to correct me. Hold on. Yeah, I think Martina's tired. They've been married about 10, 11 years. Okay. They met at a bar in 2000 and they didn't start dating until 2008. 8 years later at the French Open. I think Julia's an opportunist. I think it's starting to weigh heavily on Martina, who's openly gay, who lives her life freely and has the money and the means to be able to do so. This is what I'm coming up with as I'm sitting back quietly watching. I think Julia plays a lot of social games, does a lot of social climbing, and I think Martina's tired. She ain't asked for them damn kids, yours or the 2 that you adopted. She's just getting pulled into this saga to keep you socially relevant. This is an older woman who wants to sit down somewhere, who do not want to be chasing no 2 badass kids around the house. I said what I said. I'm not calling the kids bad. It's just a cliche. It's just the terminology we use for young kids when people are of a particular age. For whatever reason, you did that as an act of charity, Julia, and probably had to carry the damn thing across to the finish line. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I don't believe your kids are mad at you because you adopted. I think your kids are mad at you because you adopted 2 black kids, period, point blank. Who gets mad? Y'all, it don't make sense. Who gets mad when you say, I'm going to adopt? These are grown-ass women. Your kids are grown. They're not little kids. No, mommy, don't. These are grown girls that probably have little to no interaction with Black people, and they probably feel like it's an inferior move. And as opposed to you having a real-life conversation that could have been a teachable moment, even though uncomfortable, you rather lie than tell the truth. You rather lie than tell the truth. And then not this past Christmas episode, this one that they just had for Christmas, but the episode before that, Martina got upset. Martina got tired of lying. She said, what's the problem? It don't matter whether they know and the process, they did not want to be a part of the process. And Julia, the truth is your kids didn't want to be a part of the process because they did not want to be associated with being siblings to two little Black boys, period, point blank. They didn't. How that would impact them socially. So they rather distance themselves because they're probably tired of your shenanigans. This is just another thing. You know, mom's always embarrassing us. She married a woman, an old woman too. And now she's bringing these Black kids in the house. What the fuck, mom? That's what those kids are mad about. Damn, mom. There's always something with you, mom. You're always embarrassing us, mom. This is embarrassing. Now you're part of, you were straight. Now you're part of LGBTQ. Now you have these Black kids, mom. Especially as two young white girls in their 20s who are trying to marry well. How do we explain this? Mom. That, or they know that Martina can be a little hostile towards people of color. I think they have their own fish to fry. I don't think they're so much worried about Martina. If you think about, if anything, they would be more inclined to be actively involved and protective of those little kids. I think they share the same sentiments. And let me ask you something. Okay, I'm not going to first. And then the second thing is, I don't think Julia and Martina are as hands-on with those little boys as we are made to, or as we are being made to believe. Julia didn't have a lot of patience with that little boy when he reached for them cookies or whatever the bag she was trying to put together. I think they're easily irritated by those kids, rightfully so. Right? How old is Martina? Damn near 60? Let me see. How old is Martina? Martina is 68. Y'all, that's a lot at 70. To be changing diapers and chasing two toddlers around. Nah, that's not fair. That's not fair. Listen. Watch this. How old is Julia? She 50. So there's a 15-year age difference between the two of them. Julia's a Gemini. Martina's a Libra. Julie is social. She's using everybody around her, including those kids, if you ask me. Martina's almost 70. What the Julia, you still got time. Julia still got time to pop on a handstand. And I really feel like you would have adopted those little boys as a financial move that just in case you do leave Martina, she's going to owe you child support. Other than that, I think she's an excellent cast for the show. That's it. That's all. What is Martina's wealth? Let me look at it. Worth. net worth. She's said to be 21 million. She's earned over 21 million in prize money. But we don't know how much she got left in the bank. And that's I kind of feel like you use that lady, Julia, because you probably used her over the past 11 years to help you financially provide for your girls, who sounded like they were very disrespectful to Martina. And now you go adopt these 2 kids that you refer to as the boys. Almost like, what's the name of that movie? Bird something. What's the name of that movie? She used Martina to help take care of her girls, to help fund their future. She's using Martina to keep herself legally bounded to Julia financially by they both agreed to adopt those boys. Now Martina's stuck with you. Or should you choose to leave Martina, or she chooses to leave, she got to pay. What's the name of that movie? That Netflix movie? Bird what? I'll tell you. Bird. Was it Bird Box? Bird Box? That cannot be. Was that the Bird Box? Is that the name of the movie? Y'all know the movie where the lady referred to the kids as boy and girl? Boy, come here, boy. Come on, girl. Boy and girl, Bird Box. That's what it's given when you call them little boys. The boys. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I kind of need to have them on television because I need this train to wreck. I need to see this play out. I need to see the scrutiny behind it. I need to see the public backlash when it all comes back to haunt her. So I need Julia to stay still, Bravo. That's why. I have my own selfish reasons for saying keep her where she is. We have to keep her on the show. I need to see this play out, okay? Bird Box, yeah. The boys. And that which one? I think that baby boy looked like he's scared of you, or is it the oldest one? I don't want them to divorce per se, because I love. I just think it's more to it. I just need to get to the bottom of it. It sure would be nice. Because one thing about Bravo, they not like own television. They're not going to help you hide anything. If you a thief, they're going to highlight you a thief. If you going to prison, they're going to pull up. If you coming out of prison, they're going to pull up. Bravo will get the reality of it all. Okay? If you dating a woman and you say you married, they going to get it, Kyle Richards. I need it to play out. But yeah, it's given like you really didn't want these kids. I don't know why you did that. I really don't. But okay. I saw another comment that I like Sandra Bullock. Let me see. I don't know. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. I should have dug a little bit deep. Deja, why you say Martina can be a little hostile towards people of color? What makes you say that? Yeah, they were there for Karen when she came. Sure was. I like Karen a lot, but we'll come back to that on another day. And y'all, in 2 days, we got so many different episodes of different reality shows coming out. We got Bell Collective. We got Bell Collective coming out. All that good stuff. You said her past actions are on the tennis court, but I think Julia was trying to force Martina to leave by making sure that the kids were black. Well, okay. You mean like back in the 80s? But I think Julia Hold on. Was trying to force Martina to love or leave? To leave. Did I read that correctly? Or is that a typo? Yeah, Lil Boosie. That's what y'all call Glenn, Lil Boosie. Y'all said Lil Boosie already cheating again. That's funny. But that's all we got today. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this segment. Thank you, everybody, for pulling up and tuning in. It's been a great dynamic conversation. And until next time, that's all we got for now. Thank you all for being good sports in the chat. Yep, thank you all. Thank you. Oh, Martina. Look, I'm gonna need you to work on these typos. You said Martina, but you put Martinez. I think you mean Martina. You said Deja says, yeah, divorce her. Martina is very mean and critical of the Williams sisters and Coco. That's because she's jealous. She's jealous. That's why. Now that she's jealous. That's it. All right. Bye, everybody.